Spirituality without results is just vanity. Spiritual vanity is the shadow of modern manifestation. It's the illusion of progress wrapped in rituals and routines that yield no real change. You've seen it. The affirmations in the mirror, the gratitude lists scribbled half-heartedly, the Pinterest boards overloaded with images of lives never lived. These are empty gestures without the alignment of internal transformation. Spirituality, if it does not reshape your reality, is nothing more than performance art. Results are the mirror of change. If your external world hasn't shifted, it means the foundation within you remains untouched. The universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to frequency. And frequency isn't raised by mechanical rituals or borrowed mantras. It's elevated by a shift in being. Without that shift, every affirmation, every journal entry, every ritual is just noise in the void. This brings us to the divide between esoteric and exoteric knowledge. Exoteric knowledge is for the outer circle. It's the surface teachings, the parables, the feel-good phrases passed around in sermons and self-help books. It soothes but doesn't nourish. It's the menu, not the meal. Esoteric knowledge, on the other hand, is for the inner circle. It's hidden not because it's complex, but because it's simple. Simplicity frightens the ego, which craves rituals, complications, and layers of mystery to feel important. But esoteric truth is direct. It speaks not to your intellect, but to your being. It isn't something you learn, it's something you remember. You can't cross from exoteric to esoteric by accumulating more knowledge. The bridge is awareness, a willingness to see through the illusion, to unlearn, and to sit in the discomfort of dismantling everything you thought was true. If your spirituality has yet to bear fruit, it's because you're still trapped in the outer circle. You've been staring at the menu, mistaking the words for the meal. But the truth, you already know. You just haven't remembered yet. You are both Jesus and the devil. You are both the creator and the destroyer of your reality. All right, let's talk about something fundamental, the two paths within you. We've laid the foundation. Christ is a state of consciousness, and the Antichrist is anything blocking you from reaching it. But now we need to dive deeper into the duality that exists inside your mind, the path of Jesus and the path of the devil. And here's the truth. Both paths are you. Forget the cartoon image of an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other, whispering competing advice in your ears. This isn't about two external beings waging war over your soul in some celestial battlefield. The battle isn't out there. It's happening within. Jesus and the devil aren't separate from you. They're two states of being, two aspects of your mind, constantly pulling you in opposite directions. Jesus represents mind sight. Mind sight is when your internal vision becomes stronger than your external reality. It's when your circumstances might look chaotic, but you know everything is aligning behind the scenes. It's when you trust your vision so deeply that even in scarcity, you carry yourself with abundance. Jesus represents clarity, inner trust, and the ability to hold your frequency steady even when the physical world looks like it's unraveling. The devil represents eyesight. Eyesight is when your internal state is dictated by what your eyes can see. It's when your bank account looks empty and suddenly you feel poor. It's when you see obstacles and instead of rising to meet them, you stop trying altogether. The devil thrives in illusion, in attachment to what is seen rather than what is known. And let me make this clear, the devil isn't a horned monster lurking in the shadows. The devil is the voice in your head that whispers, "You're not enough. You'll never make it. This is just how life is." And every time you believe that voice, every time you let it guide your choices, you're feeding the devil within you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The real battle isn't external, it's internal. Every moment you're making a choice. Are you aligning with mindsight or eyesight? Are you letting your internal vision guide you, or are you surrendering to the illusions of the physical world? Every thought, every reaction, every belief, it's either pulling you closer to clarity or deeper into illusion. In every spiritual tradition, there's a story of a fall. Lucifer falling from heaven, Adam and Eve falling from the Garden of Eden. But here's the deeper meaning. They're not talking about physical events. These stories are metaphors for consciousness descending into illusion. It's about forgetting your true nature, about becoming trapped in the belief that the physical world is all there is. It's the fall from spiritual awareness into identification with limitation, fear, and separation. But if consciousness can fall, it can also rise. That's the story of Jesus. That's the path of Christ consciousness. It's the journey of remembering who you are, of rising above illusion and reconnecting with your true power. But here's the hard part. It's not a one-time decision. You don't just awaken and stay there effortlessly. It's a choice you have to make every single day. Every time fear whispers, every time doubt creeps in, every time the world shows you something contrary to your vision, you must choose again. And let's be honest, you can't walk both paths at once. You can't live in mindsight and eyesight simultaneously. One will always dominate the other. If you let your eyesight rule, if you let external circumstances dictate your internal state, you'll stay trapped in the same cycles of fear, lack, and limitation. But if you choose mindsight, if you trust the unseen, if you let your internal vision become your guiding force, you'll rise. This isn't about good versus evil. It's not about morality or sin. It's about awareness versus illusion. Jesus represents awareness, the ability to see beyond the illusion. The devil represents attachment to the illusion. One path pulls you upward toward clarity and creation. The other drags you downward into confusion and stagnation. So ask yourself this: which path are you walking right now? Which voice are you listening to? Because whether you realize it or not, every choice you make is feeding one or the other. Your external reality is a delayed reflection of your internal state. All right? Let's simplify this. There are two ways to see the world: through mindsight or through eyesight. These two perspectives aren't just different, they're opposing forces, and the one you lean into determines everything about your reality. Eyesight is how most people live. It's reactive, shallow, and limited to what your physical senses can perceive. You see an empty bank account, and you feel poor. You see obstacles, and you feel stuck. Your reality becomes a prison, built from the reflections of your current circumstances. The devil thrives in eyesight because it keeps you locked into the illusion that what you see is all there is. It convinces you that your external conditions are the cause of your internal state, when in truth, it's the other way around. But mindsight, that's where the game changes. Mindsight is the ability to hold your internal vision steady, no matter what your physical eyes are showing you. It's the knowing, not hoping, knowing that your reality is in the process of aligning with your frequency. It's understanding that your external world isn't the source of your feelings, it's the result of them. In 2 Corinthians 5:7 it says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." That's mindsight. Walking by what you know internally, rather than what you see externally. It's the difference between reacting to life and creating life. But here's the trap: your reality will always test your frequency. The moment you set your intention, the world will show you evidence of the opposite. Not because it's cruel, but because it's asking, do you really believe this? Most people fail this test. They see the evidence, they let their eyesight overpower their mindsight, and they fall back into fear, doubt, and limitation. This is why manifestation often fails, not because the principles are wrong, but because people let their eyesight dictate their emotions. They get caught in the feedback loop. Their reality reflects doubt. which creates more doubt, which then reinforces the same reality. And round they go. The secret to mindsight isn't pretending your problems don't exist. It's refusing to let them dictate your frequency. It's about maintaining alignment with your internal vision, even when your external world is showing you nothing but chaos. Here's something you need to understand. Your internal state is the seed, and your external world is the harvest. You don't look at an empty field and say, "I guess nothing will grow here." No, you plant seeds, water them, and trust the process. Mindsight is the same. It's planting the seed of belief, nurturing it with consistency, and refusing to let the weeds of doubt choke it out. When Jesus said in Matthew 13:12, "To whoever has, more will be given, but whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken away," he wasn't talking about material wealth. He was talking about frequency. If you can hold the frequency of abundance, abundance will amplify in your life. But if your frequency is rooted in lack, even what little you have will slip away, because your internal world dictates your external reflection. So let me ask you, are you walking by eyesight or are you walking by mindsight? Are you letting your circumstances control you, or are you holding your frequency steady despite them? This isn't a one-time decision. It's a choice you have to make over and over again. Every time fear whispers, every time doubt creeps in, every time the world shows you something opposite to your vision, you have to choose again. Because here's the truth. Your frequency shapes your reality. Your reality does not shape your frequency. The battle isn't with the world, it's with yourself. Every day, every moment, you're either aligning with mindsight or collapsing into eyesight, and the world will always respond accordingly. So let me leave you with this. The power isn't in what you see, it's in what you know. Hold your vision, trust your frequency, and let the world rearrange itself to meet you there. Take a breath. Because in Chapter 7, we're going to talk about the final barrier that keeps most people from fully stepping into this truth. The barrier of self-doubt and how to dismantle it for good. At the end of it all, remember this. Your reality is not built by what you see, it's built by what you believe. The war between mindsight and eyesight isn't something you win once and walk away from. It's a choice you'll make every single day. Every moment you'll face a crossroads. Trust your vision or surrender to the illusion. But here's the beauty of it. You're not walking this path alone. This space, this channel, Seeker Secret, exists to guide you through the fog and help you remember the truth already buried within you. If something resonated with you today, if you have questions, or if you're feeling stuck, drop a comment below. I'll respond to every single one. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a space for seekers, a place for those ready to transcend illusion and step into clarity. The answers are already inside you. Sometimes you just need the right reflection to see them clearly. This is Seeker Secret, and together we'll continue to uncover the hidden truths of your reality. Until next time, trust your vision, stay aligned, and let your frequency lead the way.